The blistering gale hurled razor-sharp ice shards across the frozen expanse of the uncharted world as Captain Jax Harlan wrestled with the failing helm of his plummeting dropship. The craft's frame shuddered violently during re-entry, vital components shutting down sequentially under the assault of bizarre planetary disruptions scrambling the onboard tech. "Hold together, damn you," he snarled, sinews bulging as he yanked the yoke, desperate to stabilize. The terrain surged upward, a vast sheet of ivory pierced by shadowy exotic flora. The lone surviving thruster coughed its last breath just as he flattened the trajectory, plunging them into a haunting quiet pierced only by the shriek of air through the breached fuselage. Collision. The impact slammed him into his straps, expelling his breath in a rush. When the vertigo cleared, Jax dangled inverted, crimson dripping from a gash over his brow. The viewport had fractured yet endured, framing the frosted soil mere handspans from his visage. "Well," he grumbled, unlatching and tumbling to the inverted deck, "that could have ended worse." A swift stocktake confirmed his crisis gear intact, including his advanced exosuit, a pinnacle of terrestrial innovation that would sustain him in this lethal realm, temporarily at least. Jax donned the obsidian battle rig, visor retracted to preserve energy, and ventured into the extraterrestrial blizzard. Snow engulfed his legs to the thighs, and the chill sliced through his sandy locks like glacial knives. His HUD registered minus 45 degrees Celsius. Distress call, he transmitted across spectra. "This is Captain Harlan of the TSS Vanguard. Respond if receiving." Silence met him, save for crackling interference. A streak of amber darted in his side view. Jax pivoted, palm snapping to his energy carbine, but spotted naught save oscillating foreign fronds. He required refuge and provisions. The ship's energy cores were scorched, auxiliaries viable for mere days in such extremes. Scans pinpointed a massive rock outcrop 3 kilometers eastward, potentially shielding from the fury. As he slogged onward, an unshakable sensation of surveillance prickled his nape. His warfare drills honed his awareness. Even as thoughts drifted to his predicament, the Vanguard had charted the quadrant when anomalous readings emerged. Protocol dictated notation for future probes, but mankind's galactic thrust embodied audacious zeal to advance relentlessly. A snap of fracturing frost at his rear spun Jax, weapon elevated. This was an illusion. Before him loomed the most captivating extraterrestrial he'd witnessed. She eclipsed him at nearly 9 feet. Epidermis of vivid dawn hue, tresses cascading like molten bronze. Her garb, resembling interlocked amber plates, revealed contours boldly while exuding martial poise. She brandished a hybrid lance plasma emitter, trained squarely on his torso. "Greetings," Jax quipped, holding his arm steady at offset from her. "Care for a cordial exchange?" The being's irises, aura and feline, constricted. Her timbre resonated profoundly melodic, his translator rendering it flawlessly. "Intruding upon the exalted domain of the Xerion Dominion marks you as daring or dim-witted Terran. Opt for lost," he beamed disarmingly. "Captain Jax Harlan, pleased to serve. Your identity?" "I reign as Queen Vespera of the Xerion Dominion, and you—" She halted, those mesmerizing orbs appraising him wholly. "Stand as my captive." Jax sustained his affable grin, mind cycling escape vectors. "Highness, such focus honors me, though I favor a meal prior to captivity." A rumble escaped her, akin to mirth. Defiance amid seizure, quintessential Terran arrogance. Not arrogance, etiquette. Plus, captures unconfirmed. His rig evaluated her armament, gauging perils. "Though companionship exceeds my crash expectations." Vespera's aim held firm, yet intrigue danced in her countenance. "You seek to beguile your escape?" Legends speak of Terran males' inclinations. Anticipated some meek extraterrestrial damsel for salvation? Actually, shelter before hypothermia claims me. A stunning sovereign's presence is mere fortune. He motioned to the escalating tempest. "Weather worsens. Perhaps relocate this impasse indoors? You presume to solicit me?" Her inflection blended indignation and intrigue. "No presumption, Highness, just mutual comfort sans frostbite." A savage squall flung flakes betwixt them. Jax noted her faint tremble despite evident resilience. The gale menaced even his fortified gear. "Your proposal holds value," she yielded. "My bastion lies proximate. Proceed as detainee. Guide on, though obedience is my forte." As they forged through mounting drifts, Jax maintained spacing, admiring her live predation despite stature. Sensor detected her radiating exceptional warmth, surpassing Terran norms. "Intriguing," she remarked post-minutes of trek. "You defy reports on Terran males." "Oh," Expectations. Diminutive, frail, rudimentary. She glanced askance. Intelligence implied your kind unworthy of subjugation. Jax chuckled. Upgrade your intel. Terrans brim with astonishments. Evidently. They attained a sheer cliff, but her caress unveiled a concealed portal. Yet, I doubt your race could rival the Xerion Dominion. The notion of mating with a Terran male borders on absurdity. Amusing you broached that, Jax began, but a thunderous blast overhead quaked the peak, cascading boulders and sleet. Instinctively, Jax propelled Vespera inward as the ingress crumbled, entombing them. They sprawled entangled, his armored bulk atop her majestic form. In the auxiliary illumination, they locked gazes. Seems, Jax murmured, unmoving. We've ample opportunity for cross-species discourse. The backup lamps bathed the fortress passages in honeyed radiance, accentuating Queen Vespera's otherworldly allure. Jax observed her striding control hub, her lofty frame necessitating stoops beneath lower arches. Calm grid compromise, she declared, vexation lacing her harmonious tone. Isolation from exterior. Jax lounged on a panel. Feigned nonchalance. Beats alternatives. Vitals and temp regulation persist. He tapped his suit metrics. Power reserves endure weeks. Vespera pivoted, her luminous eyes aglow in the gloom. Your composure astounds, ensnared with a possibly adversarial extraterrestrial monarch. Possibly adversarial? Progress from before. He smirked. Worse binds endured, sans such captivating society. She emitted that near chuckle. Terrans and their relentless allure bids. Effective. Deny if absent. But her cadence hinted otherwise. She advanced, overshadowing him. Most quiver before the Xerion Dominion. Jax rose, narrowing the gap. Perhaps they skipped acquaintance. And you seek intimacy? Her pitch deepened, edged with peril. Trapped jointly, optimized circumstance. He indicated his rig. This gear scans profoundly. Curious about Xerion biology? Her gaze tightened. You scan me? Routine. For example, your internal heat exceeds mine by 18 degrees. Pulse a captivating cadence, and sense surge near me. Vespera's dawn skin deepened. Audacious for a detainee. Still detained? Feels like unwilling cohabitants. She bridged the span further, peering down from proximity. Perhaps reinforce your status. Status suits fine. His stare held steady. Though enhancements welcome. A throaty rumble issued, not wholly menacing. Hazardous play, Terran. Jax, he amended. And no play. Atmosphere charged electrically, unrelated to facility ops. Vespera's digits grazed his facial wound tenderly. Your kind so vulnerable, she whispered, ephemeral beside ours, yet fearless. Fear warranted? Indeed. Yet she lingered. This defies reason. Interspecies liaison absurd. Jax ascended, glove palms sweeping bronze strands aside. Reason sometimes yields to impulse. The embrace ignited like sparked conduit, her dermis scorching yet enticing. Chronos dissolved as they navigated uncharted realms, dismantling improbable divides. Afterward, entwined in reposed quarters, Jax sketched motifs on her radiant skin, awed by its iridescence. Still deemed Terran mating ludicrous? He queried, smugness tinting. Vespera elevated on elbow, regarding him with blended humor and profundity. You've reshaped viewpoints. Glad to broaden vistas. She mimed exasperation, Terran-like. Your conceit astounds. Charm's essence. This alters naught, she asserted, conviction wavering. Upon extraction, if we conceal this. She pondered, though further cultural interplay pending. Jax beamed. For research, naturally. Research, she concurred, then sobered. Comprehend my race's intricacies, our viability. Before elaboration, a profound tremor jolted the bastion. Alerts blared as mechanisms faltered serially. Troubling, Jax stated, grasping gear. Vespera surged, combat honed. Blast destabilized ridge. We must. Another quake struck fiercer, gear tumbling as barriers creaked under duress. Evacuate, Jax proclaimed, sealing rig. Emergency egress? Service convoy surface side, but ceiling commenced caving. The duct cramped acutely, especially for Vespera's grandeur. Jax pioneered, suit beams lighting the strait as they ascended the peak's core. Highness, he hailed rearward, not griping vista, but your silence unusual. Concentrate ascent, Terran, she replied, tone lacking regal command, laced with distraction. The passage culminated in stout hatch. Jax wedged, actuators straining till breach hissed, unleashing Arctic blast and flurry. They surfaced on slope amid raging whiteout. HUD noted temps plummeted 12 degrees more, but anomaly flagged. Vespera quivered fiercely. Anomaly, she uttered, self-embracing. Xerion's resist chilled us. Jax's scans probe her metrics. Core fluctuating erratically. Require cover. He spied cavern nearby, steering her, noting reliance despite disparity. Within, he ignited distress flare, deploying kit camp. Jax, Vespera voiced, atypically hesitant. He faced her, scrutinizing her palm wondrously, skin throbbing luminously. Sensors haywired. Speak sensations? All amplified, hues vivid, touches potent. Her eyes shimmered, an expansion inward. Suit alerted, bioanalysis stunned him. Vespera, scans indicate gestation. With hybrid offspring, she concluded, all mingling disbelief. Inconceivable, species incompatible. Evidently DNA descended. He clasped her hand. She laced digits. Well-being, genuine mirth bubbled. Well, bearing inaugural Terran Xerion progeny. Assembly will convulse. Traditionalists demand dethronement. Yet she drew nearer, spare palm outlining rig. Yet prospects intrigue. No ire, she bared-edged dentition. Centuries deeming superiority. One he proves Terran's equivalent, viable partners. Implications? I'm Dominion's prime target. And beyond. Her mien turned feral. Transformation progressed, unforeseen destiny. Grotto warmed. Sensors noted scent escalation. Therms normalizing, he observed, striving decorum. But further assays prudent. Indeed, she tugged closer. Meticulous assays. Distant detonation shattered promising inquiry. HUD swarm contacts nearing. Visitors, at least 4 craft, storm-veiled. Vespera's facade steeled regally despite tousle. Assembly detected ruin. She towered fully. Cannot discover us united, not yet till comprehension. Abandoning you? No, she cupped his countenance. My kin spare their sovereign, but slay you instantly. I require preparation. Closer blast, beam slice tempest. Terran outpost 3 days westward, she urged. Rally yours, I'll signal safety. How? She bestowed a diminutive gem throbbing like her dermis. This guides return. Depart. Jax paused, then hauled her into fervent lock. Not farewell. No, she affirmed, shoving toward rear vent. Commencement. He engaged cloak, vanishing into maelstrom as initial scouts hit ingress. Final echo. Vespera's authoritative rebuke for tardiness. As he pressed westward through whirlwind, Jax smirked. Gem warmed. Sensors tracking Vespera signs via nascent biobond. Well, he whispered, that's one method to advance Terran extraterrestrial ties. 3 days slog through foreign wilds hadn't dimmed Jax's vigor. Vespera's gem throbbed steadily at his breast, rig monitoring her and their miraculous progeny's vitals. He topped a crest, sighting the Terran enclave. New horizon per NAV. Standard prefab struts and barricades. Save for war prep. Damn, he breathed, eyeing mechanized patrols. HUD marked 4 orbital cannons erecting. Outpost guards intercepted midway downslope. Exosuit squads encircling, arms primed. Captain Harlan, unknown timbre hailed. Colonel Mia Reyes advance. Scar features cracking seldom smile. Vanguard logged your craft lost in Xerion space 4 days past. Mutual sentiment, Mia. He nodded at build-up. Explain the armament frenzy? Her visage darkened. Inside brief, unpleasant. The hub buzz, holomaps tracing Terran, and Xerion maneuvers. Intel dissected. Xerion Dominion turmoil. Reyes elaborated. Queuing secure vids. Their monarch vanished 4 days ago. Your crash timing. Forces rally, coup whispers. Jax mass neutrality. Queen's fate. Intriguing twist. Reyes rolled intercept. Xerion broadcast. Chatter claims pregnancy. Purist label monstrosity. Yet military splinter backs her as evolutionary leap. Fascinating. Core issue, this bastard. Display lit towering Xerion male in elaborate plating. Supreme Marshal Draven. Accuses Queen tainted by Terran agents, gestation as bio-assault evidence. Jax whistled. Bold claim. Justifies assault on Terran holdings, hence defenses. Alarms wailed pre-response. Aid rushed. Colonel Orbital Incursions, Xerion Elite Guard. Reyes Snatch Helm. Combat Posts. Halt, Jax interjected. Permit negotiation. Madness. Hub screen flickered, unveiling Vespera in sovereign splendor, dawn skin radiant, aura dominating digitally. Inhabitants of New Horizon, she proclaimed, I, Queen Vespera of the Xerion Dominion, request sanctuary. Pandemonium erupted. Reyes commanded. Verifiers scrambled. Jax grinned, gems sinking her pulse. Vespera's gaze pierced to him. Captain Harlan, pending matters await. Highness, he advanced, ignoring Reyes' objection. Health intact. Improving daily. Her curve hinted promises. Flushing staff. Though I yearn our scholarly debates. Before retort, sirens shrieked. Fresh signatures orbited. Xerion vessels, Draven's insignia. Beloved sovereign, a resonant tone flooded bands. Draven's projection materialized beside hers, opportune to locate you amid the Terrans who defiled you. Soul defilement, your archaic dogma, Draven. Vespera's timbre iced energy. Withdraw. Unlikely. His leer predatory. Assembly decrees. Purge you, excise aberration, eradicate Terran pests. Jax near display. Hey, lofty shadow tyrant. That's my aberration. Channels hushed. Reyes palm forehead. Draven gape fish-like. Vespera's mirth. Pure and resonant, shattered stasis. Jax, love, that's announcement style. You dare assert, Draven contorted furiously. I assert plenty, Jax's smirk keen, including impregnating your monarch. Terrans and Xerions align more than presumed. Preposterous. Evidently not, Vespera rebutted, palm on abdomen. Our progeny embodies your dread. Shift, advancement, purity's demise. Her aureate orbs flared. And note, half Armada aligns with me. Your command. As scripted, fresh blips materialized. Xerion fleets hyperspace emerging, Queen loyal. Final offer, Draven, Jax hailed. Disengage or sample Terra notoriety for tenacity. Tension spanned 3 pulses. Draven's craft armed. As willed. Vespera sighed. Captain Harlan, aid quelling this insurgency? Jax flexed joints. Awaited invitation. Highness. The skirmish over New Horizon danced lethally. Draven's cohorts, outnumbered battle-fanatic zeal, unprepared for pivotal edge. Terran creativity fused with Xerion power. Jax commanded from Vespera's capital vessel, the Regal Eclipse, sinking fleets. His rig meshed flawlessly with Xerion tech via inventive code, and suspected biotie to their queen. Your strategy's unconventional, Vespera noted from throne, eyeing his chaotic ship vectors baffling her strategists. Terrans thrive beyond norms, he replied, digits weaving hollow commands. Inbound alert. The Regal Eclipse quaked from Draven's capital's energy missiles. Pre-Xerion fire, Jax plotted deflection, repurposing foes' ordnance. Notable, Vespera purred, then winced, palm pressing midriff. Jax materialized beside, scans probing. Issue. The offspring. Her eyes widened, awestruck. Accelerated gestation from merged heredity. A healer dashed with tools, Vespera dismissed. Stable, intense yet bearable. She caught his concern. Curved lips. Your air mirrors your haste, love. My sovereign. Her prime counselor interjected. Transmissions flood from Dominion hubs. Excellent. Vespera rose, stature amplified despite swelling. Initiate universal broadcast, Terran and Xerion. Crew hustled. Jax flanked her, sensing her lean for steadiness. Citizens of Xerion Dominion, she intoned, legacy waiting, and esteemed Terran envoys, behold what some deem unattainable. Our race's fusion via affection, not strife or pax. Draven's signal hacked. Deceit. Terran polluted our sovereign with silence. Jax cut. Jealousy you lag innovation. Chuckles rippled fleets, fracturing strain. Even Draven's units faltered. Ancient paths evolve. Vespera proceeded. Progress mandates. My child, our child, heralds not Xerion sanctity's close, but grander dawn, linking worlds. She grimaced. Jax's rig spiked bioflux. Gestation hastens, Healer murmured. Hours, not cycles. Expedite resolution, Jax whispered, then fleet addressed. Alert! Your monarch nears birthing premier Terran Xerion blend. Dissenters, contest me direct, and note my improbable triumphs. Gem warmed, conveying Vespera's mirth via bond. Ever theatrical, she bantered. then buckled from spasm. Sovereign. Aids advanced. Jax scooped her despite scale disparity. Med-wing, he mandated. Now. The conflict, she objected. Pauses. He eyed Counselor. Helm yours. Contain Draven. Spare feasible example potential. Counselor inclined. As bid, my liege. Jax grinned, bearing Vespera off. Titles later. Delivery destiny awaits. Overenjoying. Vesper griped against Nape. Says she mock Terran breeding. No mockery now. He concurred, gem-sinking heartbeats, and nascent third. But our progeny boasts stellar wit. Aft, clash persisted, but within Regal Eclipse's med-wing, alternate legacy brewed, reshaping dual races eternally. The med-wing sterile barriers vibrated energetically as Vespera's travail advanced supernaturally swift. Jax remained steadfast, rig feeding data to hybrid Terran Xerion physicians witnessing epical unfold. No, Jax voiced, clasping Vespera's hand amid team prep. This outstrips family intro plans. Her chortle morphed to groan amid hastened gestation. Post this, retribution for each quip. Vow! Her reply, severed by surge flickering every luminaire. Gem blazed intensely. Oh, Vespera inhaled. This intensifies. The med-wing's immaculate surfaces hummed with power as Vespera's labor surged at ethereal velocity. Jax stayed anchored, his battle rig supplying instantaneous metrics to the amalgamated Terran and Xerion healers who observed rapt as destiny materialized. My sovereign, an attendant erupted through portals. Supreme Marshal Draven pierced defenses. He's infiltrating. Jax's HUD ignited with adversary traces, navigating the Regal Eclipse. Naturally, dazed thrill insufficient. Vespera seized his limb with bone-crushing force. Halt him. Safeguard our air. Abandoning? No. She thrust throbbing gem. Linked eternally, recall. Plus, her aurid eyes twinkled despite strain. Eager to witness your Terran cleverness dismantle that arrogant fool. Vessel trembled from inner blasts. Jax's display tracked Draven's advance to their locus. Doctor, he queried lead healer. Duration? Moments. Energy peaks chartless. Jax kissed Vesper profoundly, then arose. Pause thought. Highness. Brief task. Minimal vessel harm. She hailed post-exit. No guarantees. Med exterior rage combative. Jax secured portals, unleashing rigs war modes. Gem buzz at chest, boosting neural rig link. All personnel, he aired shipwide. Captain Harlan here. Intruders aim spoiling momentous birth. Display, Terran welcome. Rally instant. Terran and Xerion staff unified via his net. Draven's invaders met novel blend. Terran ambush arts and Xerion discipline. Admirable. Draven's timbre echoed vessel, yet vain. The anomaly must perish unborn. No, Jax retorted, rigging charges. For purity zealot, you fixate on my offspring. Insecure. Provocation worked. Draven's ranks charged haphazard into Jax's snare. Blasts herded, not lethaled. Throughout, gem intensified. Jax sensed Vespera's essence amplifying. Static prelude to bolt. My liege, a Xerion lieutenant hailed. Odd title still. Supreme Marshal Draven nears med via auxiliary duct. Ideal, Jax smirked. Precisely desired. He hit med rear access as Draven erupted. Colossal Xerion Marshal in ornate plating. Yield, Terran, Draven snarled. This transcends you. Actually, Jax drawled. Prime placement. Why? Your crude bids, because Jax preceded gem sinking vessel power waves. My air prep spectacular debut. Med portals blasted in stellar cascade. Energy flooding passage like fluid nova. In aftermath, fabric warped. Jax perceived via Vespera bond a pristine awareness. Potent fusion of racial pinnacles. Gem fragmented. Essence melding phenomenon. Light waned. Draven rigid, rig inert. Aft, nestled in Vespera's embrace. Their progeny shimmered stellar, outshining constellations. Well, Jax uttered amid hush, that's my eyes surely. The infant, seamless Terran Xerion amalgam, unveiled Iris's shifting sapphire to liquid gold. Vessel devices resonated to its whim, evolving instantaneously. Unfeasible, Draven breathed. You misuse that term, Vesper stated, weary yet victorious. Its meaning eludes you. Vessel comms auto-engage, galaxy casting sans input, progeny visuals on all displays, hybrid essence undeniable. The forthcoming phase, Jax realized, not mere races, but cosmos, Vespera affirmed. Progress compels adaptation. Draven. Evolve or fade. The defeated martial-eyed child, progenitors, his defunct gear, knelt. My sovereign, voice raw. Error mine. Indeed, she concurred. Yet lesson. All air presuming peak solitary. Terran boldness and Xerion hubris unveiled superior path. Jax neared, awed by air's flawlessness. Titles pending? Luck unpoosh, Captain. Yes, Highness, he beamed. Beyond etiquette now. Infant cooed. Perhaps mirth. Vessel lights throbbing sink. No, Jax appended, naming this reality shifter. Vespers mean gentle, eyeing progeny. Xerion custom. Epical offspring dubbed for birth instant. And this, she curved, the dawn. For months post their progeny's arrival, Jax tweaked his bespoke envoy garb before the reflector in their secluded quarters on the regal eclipse. The ensemble, blending Xerion flair with Terran martial grace. Chafe versus his war rig, struggling with the ornate neckpiece. Love? Vespera's entertained tone drifted from threshold. She poised resplendent in imperial array, air and crook. Attempt clasping when scale for 9-foot extraterrestrials, he groused amiably. She swept forth, deftly rectifying with spare digit. Such gripes from he who mastered other Xerion facets effortlessly. Motivation differed. He grinned upward. Their progeny, formerly Nova Eclipse yet dubbed Nova by Terran hands, chortled. Chamber tech flickered responsively. At 4 months, she exhibited dual excellences. Vespera's vivid dawn epidermis and bronze cascades with Jax's sapphire gaze and resolute jaw. Growth outpaced Terran, lag Xerion. Summit commences shortly, Vespera noted. Primed to ruffle traditionalists anew? Me? Your she who informed Xerion elite of Terran male's versatility, eyeing your prior admirers. She chortled, thrill cascading his spine. Factual relay. Besides, Terran Xerion bond petitions quadruple dense. Regarding, Jax cradled Nova, marveling her rig interface. Must you detail my endurance to full court? Prefer falsehood? She descended for a kiss. Height stark, vital for grasping diversity gains. An envoy's timbre intercommed, wary of intrusion post-prior mishaps. My sovereign, my liege, envoys converge. Showtime. Jax returned Nova, ready to unveil galactic tomorrow. With you, eternally. The Grand Envoy Hall of the Regal Eclipse adapted for dual delegations. Hybrid staff synergy still elicited stares from novices. As entered Jax noted, admiring scans from Terran and Xerion females, veiled jealousy from male officials, and Draven, now fervent ally, standing vigilant. Earth delegates and Xerion Dominion. Vespera's timbre projected seamlessly. We convened to solidify our pact, not mere policy. Indeed, Jax smirked, discomforting elders. As many learned, our race's synergy proves extraordinary. Murmurs charge rippled. In 4 months since Nova's debut, scores of Terran Xerion unions flourished, yielding gifted descendants. Traditionalists conceded perks, boosted tech affinity, swift maturation, robust heredity. Antiquated quips on Terran males' inadequacy retired. A daring Xerion aristocrat declared, eliciting savvy chuckles. Jax arched brow at Vespera. Concern warranted on verifiers? Jealous, love. Of them? Never. His leer wicked. They didn't evoke the Xerion sovereign's cries in 4 tongues. Hall burst, gasps, guffaws, intrigued whispers. Nova time demo. Hollow projecting parents' initial clash. Censored intimately. As evident, Vespera composed fluidly, our heir inherits her sire's flair for spectacle. Ensuing parley shattered galactic norms. Propriety bounds repeatedly breached as races embraced actuality. Their hybrid heirs' casual tech mastery, toggling Terran idioms and Xerion anthems, symbolized fused destiny. No, Jax murmured to Vespera in low, crashing her world unforeseen altered dual civilization's trajectory. No, she traced digit down torso, warming garb, expectations and survival through chill. Instead endured me, her curve feral, though Eve lingers, daring Terran. Draven near with pressing scrolls, halting at intimacy. My sovereign, my liege, perhaps defer? Proceed. My sovereign, my liege, perhaps defer? Proceed. Vespera towered, palm possessive on Jax's shoulder, merely delving Terran Xerion dynamics. Exhaustively, Jax aided. Draven's mean rude past resistance, enduring their overt courtship. Heredity board's recent data, he reported resolutely. Terran Xerion match efficacy rises with effective synergy. Scientific lingo? Jax queried guilelessly. I deem the Terran idiom physical spark, Vesper supplied, testing Draven's poise. Nova gurgled joyfully in maternal hold, sparking minor aurora drawing gazes. The child's abilities expanded daily, temperament melding Terran flexibility and Xerion dignity. To ponder, Vesper mused, all spark from your planetary descent. Premier crash ever, Jax encircled her midriff, or reachable, though I maintain you appraise pre-captivity. Threat evaluation. Current euphemism? They're just halted by fresh envoys keen on extending Terran-Xerion bonds system-wide. Horizon gleamed promising, laced with chemistry that once revolutionized the stars, and amid their air-matured, vibrant proof of daring against the absurd. Yet whispers of distant factions plotting against this new era lingered, urging eternal vigilance. Join the Alliance. Forge your legacy in the evolving cosmos.